After you've created a scenario by defining incomes, accounts, expenses, and other elements, Plantastic will calculate the retirement plan for your clients. Let's take a look at the calculation results for a typical plan. At first glance, the calculations page looks a bit intimidating, but as we look through the details on the page, you'll see that it's not that complicated. The top table on the page provides a high-level summary of the scenario. The values at the left summarize the main options of the scenario. The first shows a summary of how the client's assets are distributed at the start of the plan. The next shows a summary of the client's expected expenses. This is followed by a summary of the Social Security options that were specified. Finally, there is a summary of the bear markets that were projected to occur. The center section of the header provides a legend to explain the colors that are used in the calculations table. Using colors helps to make the table more readable. Refer to the tutorial on customizing Plantastic for details on how you can create your own color scheme for the calculations table. The last portion of the header shows the key results for the scenario. These include the client's initial investment, the total income and withdrawals from all the accounts, and the amount expected to be available for the client's heirs at the end of the plan. Now let's move to the main calculations table. The table contains one row for every year of the plan, ending with the projected year of death of the client with the longest life expectancy. The bottom row displays totals for selected columns. The table columns are arranged in groups. Let's take a closer look at each group. The first two columns identify the year number for each year of the plan, expressed as a calendar year and as a sequential year number. It is noted that the amounts and balances in each row are for the plan year, not the calendar year. The plan year starts on the date that you finalize the plan for your client. The next two columns show the ages for each of the clients in each year of the plan. If the plan is for a single client, only one column will be shown. The next column shows the overall tax rate for the client. This value can be different for each scenario and can vary from year to year. The next two columns display the expected incomes of the clients. These are total incomes from salaries in pre-retirement years, as well as income from other income streams you define, such as part-time jobs, pensions, inheritances, trust funds, etc. The columns following the incomes show the projected Social Security income for the clients. For both column pairs, only a single column will be shown if the plan is for a single client. The next group of columns provides the details of all the accounts you have included in the scenario. There is a pair of columns for each account. The first column shows the income or withdrawal from the account each year, and the second shows the end-of-year balance for the account. The balances shown are the balances on the plan anniversary date in each year, not the year-end date. These columns are color-coded by the four account types: stock accounts, self-funded pensions or annuities, fixed income accounts, and bank accounts. The withdrawal column is shown in one color, and the balance column is shown in a lighter shade of the same color. You can specify the order of the accounts when configuring them. The next group of columns summarizes the household income for the client. The total income column includes the values from the income and Social Security columns, and the income or withdrawals from each of the accounts. The second column in this set shows the estimated taxes on this income, based on the tax rate specified for the year and the taxable setting on each account and income stream. The net income column shows the total income value minus the estimated tax. The final set of columns, labeled Household Yearly, summarizes each year. It first shows the estimated expenses for each year and reflects the rate of inflation you specified for the scenario. The Residual Funds column shows the difference between the net income and the expected expenses. In most plans, there are values in this column during the client's pre-retirement years. In later years, This column is often empty, as Plantastic withdraws just enough money from the accounts to cover the expected expenses. The third column in this group is used if the client chose to reinvest any yearly surplus back into one or more of the accounts. It shows the remaining amount of surplus after the reinvestments are taken out. The last column shows the total of all the account balances at the end of the year. This column does not include the values in the residual remains column. It assumes that these remains are spent in that year. There are a few places where cells in the table are drawn in a different color to draw attention to them. In the expenses column, the years where the expenses are projected to change are highlighted. In each scenario, you project a life expectancy for each client. The last year of life for each client is highlighted for that year across the entire row. The totals row is drawn in a special color to make it stand out. In the Social Security columns, the years where Social Security incomes start are highlighted, as well as the year when the projected Social Security decrease occurs, if this option is chosen for the scenario. Depending on the size of your screen and the number of accounts used in the scenario, you may not be able to see the entire calculations table at one time. If this occurs, there will be a scroll bar at the bottom of the table that you can use to move the table left or right to see all the columns. The first 4 columns of the table remain fixed as you scroll, so you can see the years and ages for each row.